We have already talked about it several times here on the channel, guys. We all know Shroud is not going to go pro in Valorant, all right? So I did want to show you guys this clip because he does readmit that he would have loved to gone pro in Valorant, but I don't want to be too misleading, so I'll play you guys that clip. But of course, the main topic for this video is much more important. Shroud actually gives his advice to all of you guys is if you want to actually compete or potentially go pro, you need to avoid some things when playing these games.
Honestly, I really would. I really would love to go pro in this game. I would. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to. I would love to, but it's just not realistic.
And so between all of this, him saying he would love to go pro in Valorant, him saying also it's unrealistic because we know when it comes time for a stream, and of course his main argument being the fact that he could not stream scrims, he cannot actually stream kind of full time while also competing full time. It's just too much of a conflict of interest. You either devote yourself entirely to one or the other. He sees it pretty unreasonable to do both, and that's why it's unrealistic or unrealistic. I've been jumbling my words lately. You guys know that, to actually go pro in Valorant. Besides all that, he gives his top advice when it comes time for ranked play. Something we have talked about, especially when it comes time to the likes of Call of Duty and Nadeshot and their lack of having a ranked play as well. We've talked about League of Legends and Counter-Strike and all of these games that actually do offer their versions of ranked play. Shroud says if you want to go pro in Valorant, and I think this actually applies to several esports there as well, you need to avoid ranked play and actually go to custom play instead. Let me also preface by saying he says this very lightly. You can learn a lot from matchmaking in Counter-Strike or other ranked versions in different games out there. If you want to learn the most and actually propel yourselves forward the fastest on the route to being a pro, you need to enter custom matches.
I think people just have to accept the fact that ranked doesn't matter, unrated doesn't matter. You're playing to have a good time, and if you truly want to get to the next level and compete, you do custom games with really good people. It's really that simple. Like, it's that simple. That's all it is. If you truly want a competitive nature, you go do customs, you go do 10-mans, if that's truly what you're like striving to do. When I was playing Counter-Strike, I did not play matchmaking. Matchmaking is garbage. This shit, garbage, okay? I just played for fun in like a random custom server, 10v10, 16 versus 16. Look at this, dude. Team TSM over here. I forgot what team they were, to be honest. TSM over here practicing in a custom. See, this is how you practice. If you truly want to go anywhere, you want to be anything, that's what you do. What these people are doing right here. All 5 of them are in a custom. Whether or not they're scrimming, I don't know. They might be scrimming, or they might just be going over stuff together as a team. That's the right way of doing it. And I'm smart enough to know that, right? If anyone's good or is trying to go anywhere in this game, they stay far away from ranked. If anyone is truly trying to compete, play at the top, they stay very far away from ranked. And it's really that simple. You play ranked, you play with shitty people, you play against shitty people. All the information that you take in is very minimal because they don't know what they're doing. You don't know what you're doing because your team doesn't know what they're doing, right? It's just kind of like you're having a good time. You're shooting shit. There's nothing to learn there, right? Well, not totally nothing, but there's small things to learn. There's little pieces that you can gather of information that might help you. But if you're truly trying to be somebody and go far and compete in this game, and you already are somebody, whether it's a content creator or something, then you're doing custom games.
And I don't really know how to argue with a former pro himself on these talking points. I think it's great for a guy like Shroud to continue to give advice out there to any youngsters who are upcoming, not only in Valorant, maybe Counter-Strike, maybe other esports as well. He does make sure to clarify, yes, you can learn plenty from a game, just playing a game casually or for the fun experience. If you want to learn faster, if you want to learn the best things, and if you want to get better against the top level talent, you cannot sit there and ranked play and play against other casuals. You got to find some sort of external means or third-party means to actually get better, and that's his primary advice for going pro or being at least a competitor, a step further in competition when it comes time for Valorant and other esports as well. So what do you guys think about that? I think there will be a few people that try and argue the fact that you can learn a lot through ranked gameplay. I think Shroud is trying to say, yes, you can, but you can learn a lot more by playing against the best of the best through some other means instead. That being custom matches and not ranked matches. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Love breaking down Shroud's advice, other people's as well, especially as we slowly try and develop whatever this Valorant Pro field might be. We'll see exactly what players out there can become pros and even what esport can transition into Valorant the best. Until next time, take care, drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll see you guys back here next time.